welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hey, my name is Brianna, but you can call me Bree. And in this video, I'll be doing my first story time. Now, I was kind of skeptical about making a story time about this. Now, this is not the original story time that I wanted to tell y'all. The original story time I want to tell y'all will be coming after this story time. But this will be a pretty good story time, I think. But before we get into the video, please subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so you can get notifications for when I post. So now, let's get into the video. As y'all can tell by the title, I don't know what I'm gonna name the title yet. I'm thinking having a pervert as the teacher. And I know that title is kind of wow, but it really did happen. Okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I was in elementary school, and for a lot of people that like know me kind of personally, I'm not going to say the school, but it was a school in South Carolina, and I'm not going to say the school name. I'm not going to even like say the name of the people, but I'm just going to call the school B Elementary. So beforehand, I've been to B Elementary before, and I didn't really like it. I never liked it. So a couple years down the line, we had to go back to B Elementary, me and my brother. My other brother went to another school, and then my two sisters went to, like middle high school, because they was older than us. So it was me and my younger brother, and we had to go back to B Elementary, which I hated. I could not stand that school. We would do stuff like in the morning to go to the bus stop. We would do stuff on purpose just to try to miss the bus so we wouldn't have to go to school, but it never worked it out. On with the story. So my teacher, I was in 5th grade. My teacher, she was pregnant at the time, and we was already like in the middle of the school year. And yeah, she was pregnant. I remember seeing, I'm gonna just call him Mr. T. I remember seeing Mr. T beforehand because my science class teacher was out one day, and we all went to science, and she was out, and I saw Mr. T. He was an old man, supposed to be a God-loving person, and one of the people that's like high up in the church, which one of my friends knew him from church, but I'm gonna get into that too. So I remember seeing Mr. T as a substitute teacher. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. He substituted my science class when my science teacher was out one day. So I went in the classroom and I sat down, and he just like, in the middle of class, I went to ask him a question, and he was like, "You're so pretty," and this and that. I was used to like a lot of adults telling me I was a pretty little girl because they always told me. So I really didn't take like warning to him like saying that to me. So I just was like, "Thank you." And then after he said that, he made me like the class helper for the day, and I hand out papers or whatever. So all the way down to probably like a month or two later, my teacher, she was big out pregnant. She had her baby, and she was out on maternity leave or whatever you want to call it. So we had to have a substitute. So the same guy came to my class. So the few couple days was, all right. And again, he started telling me, "You're pretty, this and this and that." And, and made me the class helper. So that's kind of like his first step to like getting me comfortable And you know, I just was thinking that he was nice because I was so innocent. And all the other kids thought he was so cool. Like, he made himself seem like he was the cool teacher and this and this and that. Like, all the kids had loved him, y'all. Like, they really had loved him. And so a couple days went by. I noticed he started to like act weird with me. And my mama always said, like, go with your gut feeling. That's if something don't feel right, then it's not right. And so I was just telling my friend, I'll call her in, like, how weird he was being with me and the things he was saying to me. And mind you, they both go to the same church. He's one of the higher people that's at the church. You get what I'm saying? And so she was like, I don't believe he will do that. This and this and that. That don't sound like him. He's a church going man. And me being an adult now, church people can go to church, but a lot of people not right that go to church. But I kept stressing her, like, something's not right. He's saying this, he's saying that. And it's so long ago, I can't remember exactly what led me to the point of me feeling like something wasn't right. So I was like, when I got home, because I didn't tell my mama what was going on. Because I was like, what if it's me? What if I feel like I'm being too extra? Like, what if I tell somebody, like, what's going on and he's not doing nothing, and then I get him in trouble? You know what I mean? So I was like, maybe it's just me. But I was saying to myself, I'm gonna take extra precautions, and I was just gonna stay around all the kids. So we was on the computers. All the kids was on the computers in the class, and I made sure that entire day, I made sure I wasn't in the classroom along with him. I made sure I just was around all the other kids. That whole day. So we was in, and all the kids was on the computers in the classroom with the earphones on, playing like fun games and stuff. So he happened to call me in the back of the room in the corner. And to give y'all like a better thing of him, he was a very tall old man. He had a patch of gray hair right here and like a little type afro. He was an African American, and he had a big mole, a real big mole on his face. So, mind you, I was in 5th grade. He called me in the back of the classroom in the corner, and he asked, well, why are you avoiding me? In my little voice, I said, I'm not avoiding you, but I really was. And he was like, you're so pretty. How old are you? And I told him however old I was, which I can't remember my exact age, but yeah, I was in 5th grade, a baby at that. And I told him my age, and he was like, well, I'm gonna just have to wait till you legal. And then he was like, well, I'm just gonna have to wait till you. And then he said, and then after I told him my age, he said, then I'm just gonna have to wait till you legal. And you know, I'm not even gonna like lie. I was in 5th grade. I didn't know what legal meant. Like, you know how a kid's so innocent? I did not know what legal meant. So the whole time after that, I was just trying to figure out, like, what does that word mean? But I knew it wasn't a good word. To me, to say that to a child, it's not a good word, you know? And So I kept telling my friend in, like, I told her what happened. I said, something is not right. Something's not right. And I can't remember how long it was when I told my mom. It had to be like a day afterwards that I told her, because I was thinking this is just going on for too long. And so I told my mom, and she was furious, like furious. So all that time my teacher was out, he was saying stuff to me, slick stuff, weird stuff. And so around that, it was a good while. It was a good while he was in the classroom doing that. And I was literally the only kid he was doing that to. The other kids thought he was just an angel. They thought that he was a great teacher, that he was a cool teacher. And I was the one that he picked. You know, he had that one kid to pick, and he picked me. And so I told my mom. She was upset. I don't know what all she said to the school people, but I know they did an investigation on him. The police got involved. And I remember my teacher that was pregnant, it was time for her to come on back. So she came back and she took me out of the classroom and was like, if anything ever happens like that again, you need to tell somebody right then and there. You need to leave the classroom and never be alone with that person in the classroom. Which, thank God, I was smart enough to never be alone with him, because people like that, you don't know what they will do. And so I had this extra class where I go to do my extra work, and my teacher from there had told me, if something like that ever happened, then go to her classroom. And you know, she was just talking and telling me. And so get this, that next week, instead of making him leave and not substitute no more, not substitute to that elementary school no more, they put him in a classroom full of kindergartners. Now that says a lot about that school, and it says a whole lot about the district. Yep, I was in computer class with my class, and we was lining up, we was going out. Coming from the cafeteria, he was holding a little girl hand, and all my classmates was happy to see him. Mr. T, hey Mr. T, this and that, why you had to leave, this and that. And he directly looked me in my eyes, and I looked back at him, because I knew, and I was praying that none of the kids in that classroom fell a victim, because my situation could have been a little worse, you know, but I was older. Those babies, they can't do nothing for themselves, you know, so you never know who was his next victim, because you never know. And they put him in a classroom full of babies that could not defend themselves, you know, and I don't know, it was weird. But my friend Ann, she did end up telling my teacher, because my teacher asked me, was I telling anyone else? And I told her, yeah. And I told her Ann knew. And Ann told her everything that I was saying, but she was like, she never thought of him in that type of way, and she don't think he would do nothing like that. But she did tell them that what I was saying, and I am grateful for her to this day, that she told the teacher what I was saying to her. But yeah, moral of the story is, talk to your kids. Talk to your kids, make sure nothing's going on with them. If any type of behavior changes, try to get to the bottom of it. If your kid is not comfortable with a teacher or whatever, my kid will not have to even say, like, she's uncomfortable with a teacher. Like, you might ask why, but when little kids don't want to talk, they're not going to talk. And so when a kid say, I'm not comfortable with this teacher, then it's a reason. And so you probably want to look more into that, because a lot of these teachers in the district, they do not care about kids. And from my little experience, now that I have a child, she will not be going to any type of public school, because it did affect me in a way, because I just don't trust other people like that, especially when it comes to my kid, because with them knowing what he did and then putting him in a lower grade with babies, then it shows a lot about them. And yeah, so I don't know if he's still living to this day, because he was so old, and God forgive me if he's not living. But yeah, it really did happen. And my daughter, she will be homeschooled. And some people might ask, well, she needs to get out with kids her age and stuff. She can get out with kids her age. She will be put in dance class next year. She will be put in karate class next year. So she will be hanging with kids her age, and she can have activities and stuff outside of going to public school or private school. She will hang out with kids her age, but she will not be watched by strangers that I don't know, you know, because it's a handful of people that is going to really tend to your kids and make sure that they are okay. But I just feel like the school is a bad school, and I will never trust them. Even though they hold themselves to like a higher standard than other schools seem like, which I know the truth, you know. But yeah, that is my story. And you know, I don't know, the world's just crazy. It's really crazy. But if you enjoy this video and you want more story times, let me know. Like, comment on things you want to see me do next, or whatever is on your mind. Subscribe, it will really help my channel. Hit that little bell so you can get notifications for when I post. But as always, live life to the fullest, be happy, enjoy life. Welcome to my life. Bye.